Good Monday. This is Jay Brew, co-chairman of Seafried and Brew. We mentioned a couple weeks back in terms of the new regulations for the post-purchase and the pre-purchase of securities that the regulators are going to want from every community bank. So we want to take it in a couple of steps to review what the regulators are trying to achieve here. We go back to Dodd-Frank, and Dodd-Frank specifically said that community banks cannot depend on the rating agencies because the rating agencies are paid by the municipalities. So the problems also occurring with the rating agencies during the financial crisis. So now what they're doing is that they're placing a large amount of this analysis of the credit quality of the security onto the actual community bank. So how do you do this and how do you put this together? Well, number one, and we have examples of factors to consider as part of the credit risk assessment framework, is looking at spreads. So you're going to look at a spread to U.S. Treasuries that make sure it's consistent with bonds of similar credit quality. Now that's going to be an interesting one to do. As we look at it, and what we're preparing with Seafried and Brew is that we can independently give you this kind of assessment based upon a valuation process. Once again, that does not rely on the U.S. agencies, but looks at it based upon, which many of you know, our S&P municipal bond ratings, and that we can give you that similar credit quality on all of our different rating levels. So our plan is to give you a template which you can then use as part of that post-purchase analysis that the regulators are requiring, that not only looks at a valuation like the spread to U.S. Treasuries and pricing, but also looks at the overall credit quality of the security. Because what they want you to be able to do is to confirm the risk of default is low on municipal securities, corporate securities, and consistent with bonds of similar credit quality. So when we look at this, once again, you cannot sit there as you've done before and say, well, it's a Moody's A, and this compares with other Moody's A's, is that really you're going to have to develop your own credit quality analysis. Evaluate the soundness of a municipal's budgetary position and stability of its tax revenues. Consider debt profile and level of unfunded liabilities, diversity of revenue sources, taxing authority, and management experience. Understand local demographics and the economies of the local area. Consider unemployment data, local employers, income indices, and home values. Assess the source and strength of revenue structure for municipal authorities. Consider obligors' financial condition and reserve levels, annual debt service and debt coverage ratio, credit enhancement, legal covenants, and nature of project. Once again, this sounds like a very big situation to have to put all of this information together so that you can show the regulators that you're doing that pre-purchase analysis. Yet at Seafried and Brew, in our municipal bond ratings that we do, is that we cover all of these different topics at looking at municipalities and then give you our Seafried Brew, for instance, top rating of an S&P 1 or an S&P 2. An S&P 1 and 2 would be equivalent to a 2-rated loan at your bank. When you look at an S&P 3, it would be similar to a 3-rated loan at your bank. And then we also have an impaired level, which would be the S&P 4. But behind that is all of this kind of information that the regulators are looking at. So when we think about that and be able to put that together, is that, one, you have to be able to compare the security to other securities in the market, to sit there and say, are we getting it fairly priced? Then you look at it from a credit standpoint and sit there and be able to look at municipal credit ratings as well as corporate credit ratings that S&B can provide you. Have a good week. This is Jay Brew, co-chairman of Seafried and Brew.